Dost thou wish to live deliciously? Of course you do. But who has the time nowadays to pore over endless, dusty 16th century grimoires? Tired of poorly made demon-summoning websites full of more these and thous than whys and hows?
There's got to be a better way.
Well, King Paimon has given you a bit of his trademark luck and good fortune today. Demonology demystified. Demon summoning made easy. Tonight on Deep Fat Fried.
Deep Fat Fried.
Finally.
I mean, this is
finally
sorely needed in society. You know, a lot of people think that, like, and I don't blame them. When you first get into demon summoning, and I don't know if either of you have ever summoned a demon or not. But
I mean, like, I've had this experience where, you know, I was like, I want to summon a demon, and it's exactly like you just said in your intro there. Like, I consult the fucking text, I go find some dusty old tome, I read it, and it's like all in old English shit.
Yeah.
Thou shalt blah blah blah, and it's like you can't even fucking understand half of what it's saying, and like words are spelled differently and shit, and you're just like, what the fuck is all this shit? And you're just like, man, couldn't someone just like make this easier? And finally, someone has.
Yeah, I mean, I looked around trying to find a website that made this easy, and it just hasn't happened. So today, in 30 minutes or less, I'm going to teach you all. By the end of this, you'll be ready to summon your first demon. Okay. It really is super simple. We're gonna go over like some of the history, some of the books you might want to look into if you get into the hobby a little deeper. We're gonna talk about how an invocation works, and then we're gonna cover some demons that I recommend you summon as your first summoning, and a couple I recommend you stay away from. Okay.
All right.
So this here is the Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, which means the false hierarchy of demons, or the false kingdom of demons. Okay. It is first appears as an appendix to a larger work called De Prestigiis Daemonium, written in 1577 by a guy named Johann Weyer.
Okay.
He was also a doctor as well, which is kind of scary. He was dabbling in this, and also the guy that you would go to get your fucking, sickness looked at.
Anyway, begrudge him his hobbies, right?
No. We got to keep the kayfabe up. An abridgment. This is an abridgment of a grimoire that's similar to another grimoire that is referenced in this episode that I also use when I'm doing a little demon summoning, called the Ars Goetia, also known as the first key of Solomon, or the lesser key of Solomon. Contains a list of demons and the appropriate hours and rituals, blah blah blah, in which to conjure.
So there's like, these demons have hours too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
What? You've never summoned a demon before?
I already said I haven't. You fucking were right there. You know I haven't. I just said I fucking try. I looked into it, and
joking,
it just too fucking complicated.
Look, I'm not going to shame TJ, because, you know, a lot of times you tune into this stuff and your eyes just cross from the complexity of it.
Right. That's what happened to me. I'm just like, oh, fucking Jesus.
I don't want to hear TJ's excuses.
This is Johann Weyer here, obviously a Paul ancestor, another Paul ancestor here.
Yeah, he looks like to me is a fucking the dude from Halloween. Fuck, what's his name? Donald Pleasance? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does kind of look like Donald Pleasance. So the Pseudomonarchia predates and differs somewhat from the Ars Goetia. The Pseudomonarchia lists 69 demons, in contrast to the Ars Goetia's 72.
69 is definitely a more cool demon number, right?
I agree.
It's got that sexual dynamic too.
For sure, yeah. And the sequence in which they're listed varies, along with some of their minor characteristics. There's one demon that only appears in the Pseudomonarchia and nowhere else. It's Proofless. We won't go over him, though. He's a lesser demon. And it does not attribute any sigils to the demons. The original Pseudomonarchia does. And then the Ars Goetia is where you get a lot of the sigils for these demons.
See, my eyes are starting to cross with this.
Well, I know. This is just very early preliminary stuff.
The fucking demons.
You don't need to know any of this right off the bat.
I got you. This is just like a little context.
Yeah, just a little context in case you want to look a little differently into it. You want to get yourself a couple of grimoires. But we're really here to demystify this process rather than further complicate it. So
thank God.
Let's talk a little bit about your invocation. Now, this is where most people fucking like hit the wall. When it comes time to actually do the summoning, a lot of these rituals will list just insane amounts of different things that you need to get. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret right here, okay? This is just for Deep Fat Fried subscribers, so keep this under your hat. Most demons don't really give a shit how you summon them. Now, there are certain things you're going to want to, like, they like ritual. They like the pomp and circumstance. But this idea that there's just one exact thing that you have to say to get a demon to pop out or come and serve you, really kind of just bullshit. I know some demons, like I said, are very picky about how you summon them. But for most of them, you can kind of make it up as you go along, to be honest with you. Now, once again, you can't just go half-heartedly or limply into trying to get a demon to appear. You have to believe it. You have to put a little effort into it. So I'll give you a starter's guide to invoking a demon, okay? So this is to summon a spirit into a glass, by the way. So you just get like a glass. You set that up on your altar, and you get your supplies. So you get a clean towel, a table altar, a glass, some olive oil, which most people have got laying around. You need some wine, some holy water.
Does it matter if it's red or white, or is it any wine?
No, just wine.
Okay.
Holy water, which, a lot of people don't know how to get this, but you can go to your Catholic church and get some holy water. Okay. White bread, and you'll need a fire nearby because, you got to burn some stuff.
Gotcha.
So you've gathered your stuff. That's step one. You're already, like, the hardest part is already pretty much done. And I'll give you just a quick kind of rundown over some of the things that maybe you can do. So step 2, lay your clean towel upon your table. Place your glass on top of the towel.
All right, so lay the towel down, put the glass on top.
Yep.
Got it.
And then this one will become, you'll do this quite a few times during the summoning. You're going to recite your oration at this point. So you stand over your glass and you recite the following Latin aloud. I usually use a deep commanding voice because it's cooler that way, but you don't have to.
Yeah. Okay.
You can use a very effeminate accent if you want. It's the words that matter. And I won't read you the whole thing now, but it's basically it's like omnipotens sempiterne Deus edesto magne piatis tu mysteris adesto pis invocam nabos nostris ut spec, like that. It goes on. It goes on and on and on like that.
So that's kind of hard. That's like, man, I wish the demons would like speak English.
Yeah, I mean, some things you can't get around, and unfortunately, but it doesn't matter. You can see, I mispronounce about half those words. The demons,
so like
you do
it like phonetically and shit. You don't have to understand what you're saying, right? You can just as long as you say the syllables.
It's actually better if you don't understand what you're saying.
Dope.
Yeah, you really don't want to know. You're kind of making some contracts and stuff and promising some things from your immortal soul. And
better just like,
who cares about all that shit? That's all bullshit.
Boo.
Don't pay any attention to your misgivings as you go on. It goes on like that for a really long time, though. I'm not going to lie to you. They want to be spoken to Latin a lot, so you're just going to have to find some Latin and read it to them.
Right.
Step 4, you recite the consecration. It's another group of Latin, Deus, qui hoc speculum ex materia fragi. Step 5, you put 5 drops of olive oil in a glass in the shape of a rose. So you're putting some olive oil in the glass, right? Step 6.
Kind of clustered together, I guess. Like,
like a flower. Make a flower in the bottom of the glass.
Make a little pretty flower in the glass with the olive oil. Yeah.
And then you say some more Latin. And then you spread the drops of oil on your thumbs and use your thumbs to make a cross in the air.
Okay.
More Latin for step 8. Step 9, you make a sufflation. Now, this is a weird word. Sufflation is just the act of inflating something. So it's more of like an exhalation. You say descendant in hoc speculum et supra. It's a nice short one. That's actually the whole thing that you have to say. That's your sufflation.
Okay, well, at least that's a short one there.
Yeah. Step 10, you wash the glass with wine, holy water, and then you wipe it clean with the pieces of bread.
Okay.
Once you've done that, you throw everything in the fire. And I mean everything. The glass, the table, the towel, everything that you used goes in your fire. This assists the spirit to come into the material world. And if you did everything correctly, and you were pretty good on the Latin pronunciation, you should see the spirit appear. That's it. And then step 13, once they're here, to like solidify them in the materium, you say a little bit more Latin. And if you did everything right, the demon should basically say, like it says in the Pseudomonarchia. If you have done everything correctly, he, she, or it will appear with a voice saying and doing all things to thy will. So,
okay, dope.
That's it.
So that's pretty good. I mean, so like you get this, you summon this demon up, you know, and then you just like, I mean, obviously it's kind of a process. There's a lot of Latin. I think the Latin is probably the roughest part at this point.
And they're going to do whatever I want.
Well, not whatever. You see, this is, and I'm glad you asked that, Scotty, because a lot of where people fuck up with demon summoning is there's 72 or 69, depending on what your grimoire says. Which one do I summon? Not all demons are the right demon to summon for the right reasons. And
you gotta make sure you got the right demon for the job, basically.
Absolutely. So demon selection is how you kind of get around that. So if you want certain things done, you pick the demon that kind of holds sway over that magisteria. And I've actually collected a few demons here that I recommend to aspiring demon summoners and demonologists as your first summoning.
Gotcha.
These are demons. Now, you'll notice as we go through this that we're going through different titles for these demons. So some of them are presidents, marquises, dukes, knights. As you go up from the bottom of that hierarchy, the demons get a little more complex to summon. So a lot of the demons that we're going to cover tonight are lower in the hierarchy, but don't let that fool you into thinking that they're any less powerful in their magisteria. It's just the way that demons have a pecking order just like we do. Okay.
Right.
And the lower guys, they usually, not always, usually require a little bit less pomp and circumstance in order to be summoned. And these are some really easygoing demons I chill with all the time that I can't recommend highly enough. So this is, I call him Cameo. He's also known by Caim or Caim with a Y.
Caim.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Or Caim, I suppose.
Caim.
You can see why I call him Cameo.
Yeah, I want to call him Caim. It's pretty hot.
That's all. Hey, it's up to you. He goes by either, I'm pretty sure. He appears in the Ars Goetia, the first part of the Lesser Key of Solomon, as a great president of hell.
So is it like an elected thing? Or?
No, it's we'll get into it. So he rules over 30 legions of demons himself. Now, a legion is based on the Roman legion, which, depending on what kind of a legion it was, it had between 3,000 and 6,000 soldiers.
So he's got a lot of demons at his command.
Yeah, he's got 30 legions. So, do the math on that. Much detail is offered. He's a good disputer. This is why I like Cameo. This is why I'm such an argumentative guy. He's good at teaching how to argue with people. And gives many understandings of the voices of birds, bullocks, and dogs and other creatures. So if you want to know what your dog is thinking, Cameo can hook you up.
Whoa.
Oh,
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, if you've ever wondered, this is the guy you want to talk to. He can also teach you to interpret the kind of secret language of nature, like the noise of the water.
Oh, wow.
Or the noise of the forest. And he gives true answers concerning things that are yet to come.
Oh, so some prophecy and stuff.
Right. You want to look.
So
you want to
know what's going to happen in the future. You can Cameo got you covered.
Right. And Cameo is known to be a truthful demon as well. Some demons are deceitful and will lie to you in case you fulfill certain things, but Cameo's not like that. You ask him something, he's a straight shooter.
He's pretty straight up. He tells you how it is.
Yeah, he's a straight shooter. This is his sigil here, by the way. Well, that was his sigil back.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Go back to the sigil here.
I'm gonna give you a sigil.
It's a nice sigil. It's got I like the little loops and stuff. It's got this thing here, kind of almost like a beak.
Yeah, these are important to have nearby when you're summoning a demon. So just kind of make note of them. I'm providing.
So
them
if you're
for people.
summoning a particular demon, it's not a bad idea to have their sigil.
You want to show that,
look,
look, I respect you, demon. I got your sigil right here.
And then, dude, you don't want to fucking get on the bad side. You don't want to summon this demon and piss him off by, being on his bad. And he commands fucking 30 legions of fucking demons. You don't want to fucking be summon him and be like some dipshit. You don't even have his sigil anywhere.
Yeah. You definitely want to have it. And this is, I like this sigil. It's a nice one. It's easier than it looks to draw. Some of these sigils can be pretty complex, and this one's not super
I'm
hard.
sure you could probably find it somewhere, print it out and stuff,
That works just fine. So he's depicted in 19th and 20th century occultist illustrations appearing in the form of a black bird called a thrush.
Okay.
But soon he changes the shape into like a man and bird combo, like you see here. He has a sharp sword in his hand. But don't let that fool you. Some demons, that have swords, you really want to be careful around. To be honest, we will cover one later. But this guy, it's more of a ceremonial sword. It's just like a gentleman's sword. You know what I mean?
So like when this bird comes, just for like the sake of like knowing what to expect, if I decide to summon Cameo or Caim or whatever.
Yeah.
So this bird, when is he still gonna be the size of a bird when he's doing this man bird thing, or is he gonna be like man size?
It can depend on the summoner. I mean, demons have a kind of a wide latitude with how they appear. And so you may.
I just want to make sure I'm prepared because I mean, like I got to prepare a little more for a man-sized bird than a normal.
Well, you don't know what
size.
demon you're gonna summon yet, TJ. Look,
I don't know, but I'm just I'm fucking going over him in my mind. Like Cameo sounds like a pretty cool one. He's got some stuff going on.
If you're gonna pop your demon cherry, you gotta make sure, TJ. You gotta take your time.
I know. Well, that's why
you definitely want to be carefully
considering it. Yeah.
When he's answering questions, this is one of the ways you'll know that it's Cameo that you've summoned for sure. When you ask him a question, he appears to be standing on burning ashes or coals. Gotcha. They don't appear to burn him at all, but it's definitely something that you'll notice underneath him. And that's a good way to tell that you're dealing with Caim or Cameo. Now, president, you asked a little earlier, TJ, about what president being an elected position. It's an ancient term that is more like a presiding officer at a college or a convocation. It's used in that way. So like the president of a college. So a learned individual that has been elevated above his peers, but not necessarily an elected official like we think about it. The way we use the term president is strictly unique to the modern age. Back in the day, it was more of a term of educational, like honor. So that's why he's a president of hell. So yeah, that's Cameo. Like I said, just to go back through it, you want to understand your dog, you want to understand your cat, you want to, ask some questions about the future. You want to be a better debater. You want to learn how to dispute people.
What if I want to get a piece of taco out of my throat?
Oh, there's a demon for that. There's a demon for that, TJ. You still got a taco shell lodged in your throat. I know,
it's like been fucking like 40 minutes. And this fucker is still in there bouncing around, making me cough.
So this demon has a lot of different names. The one that's listed here.
Got a ball sack here.
Yeah, it is a nut sack with nuts in it.
I know. It's crazy.
This is Caacrinolaas, or as he's labeled here, Glaciolabolas. He's got a number of names. Caacrinolaas, Casamolar, Glaciolabolas.
That's why whenever you see a movie, they always when they want to let you know it's a demon, they always say, I have many names.
Right.
As they do.
I kind of like Galos Lobos, too. That's a nice one. But he's another president of hell, so kind of low. He's in the lowest rung of the demonic hierarchy, so not a guy that's altogether too dangerous to fuck around with. He's got 36 legions of demons. So
that sounds pretty dangerous to me,
I mean, that's a lot of demons, but and keep in mind too, the legions of demons that they command, it doesn't necessarily confer because there's some presidents that have more legions than people way up the hierarchy. I guess it just depends on whether they're more militaristic or not. So he is the author and captain of Manslaughter and Bloodshed. He will tell you all things past and to come. So if you want to know some shit that's already happened, he'll tell you. And if you want to know some shit that's going to happen, he'll tell you.
Gotcha.
He's also really good at gaining the minds and love of friends and foes, causing love amongst them if desired. He can incite homicides, and he can make a man invisible. So this is you get a lot of bang for your buck with Glaciolabolas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you need someone dead. You need someone to fall in love with you or someone else. You need fucking to turn invisible. He's got you covered.
Yeah. You need somebody to disappear. You need somebody to love you or love somebody else. This is your guy. So
I would explain the ball sack, too.
Yeah. For sure. The ball sack's actually the toughest part of that sigil to draw.
Whoa.
Now, who does this look like? This reminds you of any dogs that you've met?
It looks like fucking Dinor, dude.
Yeah.
Not only that, but remember that time I said that Dinor fucking should have wings, dude?
Mm-hmm.
And, now I see it, and I'm like, yeah. Makes fucking sense.
Well, the secret is out. Dinor is not a dog. He is the summoned avatar of Glaciolabolas.
Cool.
So, yeah, he's depicted as a dog with the wings of a griffin. So,
pretty dope.
Kind of hard to miss. I mean, you guys have all met Dinor, so if you summon this one, he'll come and visit you just like a Dinor with wings.
Sweet.
And yeah, he's kind of hardcore though. This is not a demon that you want to get like feisty or funny with because he's
I mean, he's like he's the captain of manslaughter and bloodshed. You definitely don't want to fucking be on his bad side.
No, you don't.
You definitely want to show this motherfucker. I mean, any demon you summon, you should show like a lot of respect,
One would hope that you would be smart enough to do it. Let's see. Your screen share just went dead for me. Can you reshare your screen?
Yeah.
Or try to?
Sure, sorry.
That's all good.
Sorry about that.
Come on, TJ.
Didn't die on my end.
Jeez Louise, TJ. Okay, that's fine. So let's move on because, I'm trying to give people a lot of choice here. This is Buer, also a president of hell. He's a spirit that appears in 16th century grimoire Pseudomonarchia Daemonum that we talked about and its derivatives. He's described as a president of hell. He has 50 legions of demons. That's a lot.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. He appears when the sun is in Sagittarius. So this is one you got to wait until a certain time of year.
Specific fucking time frame. Yeah.
Right. It's more like Christmas when you summon Buer. You know what I mean? These other guys, you can kind of just do them anytime.
Christmas.
So, he teaches natural and moral philosophy, logic, and the virtues of all herbs and plants. So, if you want to start a little spice garden or something and create like a mix of spices that'll not only grow really well in your area, but be really fortifying for your body and your health, this is a good guy to call upon. The reason I love him, though, the reason that I've summoned Buer every chance I get is that he gives good familiars. This is kind of rare amongst the demons. So a familiar, as you may or may not know, is a little companion that will accompany a magician around and provide good luck and help, hints. And they can appear as a little animal. They can appear as a little person. And so he's like summoning him by the very nature of it will attract these familiars to you, which is really what I like chilling with him for.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
So he's often depicted like this, just like Sagittarius.
He's like a centaur.
Like a centaur with bow and arrows. But he's also depicted.
I guess he has balls back there too. Is
that
balls am I seeing there? I don't know.
For sure it is. Yeah. I mean, what do you think? He doesn't have any balls?
I don't
know. Mention his balls, by the way. If he appears to you like this, summon. You don't want to talk about his balls.
I'm not going to talk about it in his like presence.
Yeah, keep your eyes off his balls.
TJ, don't summon this demon, dude. You're gonna make a comment.
Yeah, I'd feel like I'd fucking be like really tempted to fucking be like, and then he'd get pissed.
Yeah, he is a little bit.
He sounds kind of chill though, like moral philosophy, logic, herbs and plants.
It's pretty chill. I mean, if you look at his other form, the form he usually appears to me in, you might see a little less chill though.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's got this other side going on too.
Yeah, this is really what he looks like down. He kind of takes on the centaur thing when he wants to appear a little more. But when you really start chilling with Buer, like the second or third time you summon him, he's gonna like let his guard down and he'll appear like this. And it's a little different. It's a little, you got to prepare yourself for this one. A centaur is one thing.
Because this is the centaur is almost like it's like Harry Potter or something. Yeah. But then this thing shows up and you're like, oh, okay, fuck.
Yeah, this is definitely not. You don't want to mess with him. But if you need those things, as long as you're respectful to him, he's going to be respectful to you. I have not put any unsafe demons on this beginning summoners list. Okay. But if you fuck up with any of them, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, you should know this.
There's still demons, for fuck's sake.
Right. You can't just you're not summoning them to serve you. You're summoning them to provide you a benefit of their power.
Right. You're making a pact. Right?
Yeah. And you're providing, the ritual and in some cases a sacrifice or an invocation to honor them so it's like a transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to keep that in mind. He's appears like this, has the head of a lion, 5 goat legs surrounding his body so that he can walk in any direction possible.
Yeah.
That's what that's supposed to represent. The etymology of his name, uncertain at this point. Nobody quite knows what his name is traced back to.
Weird.
So let's move up the hierarchy a little bit and move to a knight of hell. Actually, the only knight of hell. There's a whole category just for Furcas. And he is a knight of hell.
Gotcha.
Now, keep in mind, you're moving up the hierarchy in terms of importance here. So you want to be have a commensurate amount of respect for Furcas.
Oh, yeah.
You can just tell, like, Furcas, his name alone. I mean, like, it kind of sounds like, Fuckus or Furcas, like you think Furcas up,
Yep.
That kind of thing. And then, he's got like more symmetry in his logo, which kind of tells you, I think, that he's a little sterner than some of these other guys.
I think you're probably right. Maybe a little bit more logically minded, I would say.
Orderly,
And that,
TJ.
and that bears
Orderly.
out. He only rules 20 legions of demons, but like I said, the legions that you rule over are not necessarily bestowed on you because of some kind of honorific title. So he doesn't have a huge amount of demons in comparison with some of the other ones, but still higher up the food chain. You want to summon Furcas if you want to learn philosophy, astronomy, rhetoric, logic, chiromancy, and pyromancy. You guys know what chiromancy is?
No.
I know what pyromancy. That's like fire starting and shit, right?
Well,
But
no,
I don't really know
not
chiromancy.
Chiromancy-
No,
Chiromancy is palmistry. So reading people's palms.
All right. What about
And
pyromancy? What is that?
Pyromancy, a lot. I hate to disappoint a lot of the kids that play Dark Souls and shit that think that it means that you throw fireballs.
That's what I thought.
Pyromancy is the act of divining information by burning something.
Oh, right. Yeah, you like look at the fire. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, you throw
Look
something
into
very
the
specific in the
flames.
fire, look into the flames, and right away you can see why I chill with Furcas.
I mean, yeah, like this is clearly like your kind of fucking demon right here.
He is every bit as chill as he looks here. He's depicted as a strong old man with white hair and a long white beard. He rides a horse and holds a sharp spear or a pitchfork.
I feel bad for his horse. His horse looks it's like a little stressed there.
Yeah, he looks a little small for the size of Furcas, but whatever.
Furcus is a big dude. What are you gonna do?
He is a hell horse. You know what I mean? So I mean,
Yeah, that's a demonic horse. I mean, he's fine.
The etymology of his name may be derived from the Latin word furca, meaning fork, or from Greco-Roman, also meaning a sepulcher or a tomb. Really chill guy. Just, give him his due and proper. Remember, he's a knight. They can get a little haughty. They can be a little snippy sometimes, but as long as you treat him with respect, you're fine. And the last one, and the last time we're going to kind of go up the hierarchy for demons that you should summon. This is Andras, is another good one to summon. A great Marquis of Hell, having under his command 30 legions of demons. That's quite a few. He's about sowing discord between people. You can almost tell it looking at his sigil too.
Yeah.
He's about creating opponents out of people. And very useful. Like very useful. You can imagine all the different ways that you could use this to your advantage in your life. Have your enemies fighting amongst themselves while you blah, blah, blah. Just bring some discord into somebody's life. So if you're looking to have a little discord in your own life or sprinkle some in somebody else's, this is the dude that you want. He appears as a winged angel with the head of an owl or a raven, riding astride a strong black wolf and wielding a sharp, bright sword.
Pretty cool.
He's responsible for sowing discord. And he commanded 30 infernal legions. He's the 63rd of 72 spirits of Solomon. And so this is a dangerous demon to summon. So this is a warning demon. You might want to make him your third or fourth summon, because if you don't treat him just right, he kind of appears swinging that sword.
Right.
That's what it says in the.
So he doesn't want to be bothered, right? You got to really make sure you fucking mind your P's and Q's around this son of a bitch.
Yeah, you have to take some precautions, because if you don't, the conjuring magician and all his assistants will be killed. So he kind of just appears. He's already swinging the sword, and if you haven't done things just right, so I really do not recommend Andras for the aspiring demonologist.
Yeah, this is not like a beginning. You got to have some experience and stuff,
Yeah. So yeah, Andras is a great Marquess and seems in an angel shape with a head like a black night raven, riding upon a black and very strong wolf, flourishing a sharp sword in his hand. He can kill the master, the servant, and all assistants. He's author of discords and ruleth 30 legions. That's directly from the Pandemonica. So definitely stay away from Andras. And to finish up tonight, the last demon that you're going to want to stay away from, and this one's especially important because a lot of people are fans of the movie Hereditary and King Paimon. And he is a king. Paimon is a king, so that's the top level of the hierarchy. The only higher that it goes is Lucifer himself.
Right. So this guy, and like, look, there really should not be much occasion for a human being to summon this. You don't need a demon of this fucking caliber for most.
I mean, look, you can do it. You took me a long time to work up to my first invocation of Paimon, and here I'll give you the reasons why. Now he's he's a jack of all trades type of guy, so I can see why people would want to summon him.
But like you don't necessarily need a king of hell for your little petty shit. You know what I mean? Like,
no, you need that.
You gotta be careful about fucking. You don't want to summon that shit lightly, right?
Yeah, you don't want to. You definitely don't want to waste Paimon's time. If you don't have something that's commensurate with his power, I wouldn't even bother. So he teaches all art, philosophy, and science, and all secret things. He can reveal all the mysteries of earth, wind, and water, what the mind is, and where the mind is, and everything the conjurer wants to know besides. He also comes with the bonus of giving good familiars. He dignities and confirms the familiars and binds other men to the will of the conjurer. So very powerful guy to invoke. You can literally take control of another person's life with Paimon. But there's a lot of caveats. If he's ever summoned alone, a sacrifice has to be done, and he will accept it. Then two kings called Belbal or Labal and Abalum will go to him together with other spirits, often 25 legions. But these other spirits do not always come unless the conjurer calls upon them, but they can. So summoning
might
him
get a lot
also
more than you bargained for.
Right. It summons two other kings of hell and all of their commensurate legions. They kind of come with the territory, and that can be a lot for a young demonologist or an early demonologist to handle.
Yeah, you got to really be fucking prepared, summon Paimon up,
He's depicted as a man with an effeminate face, wears a precious crown. He rides a dromedary camel. Before him often goes a host of demons with the shapes of men, playing trumpets, cymbals, and any sort of musical instrument. So it's kind of like
prepared for a whole ass fucking show. Like he doesn't come to you without some pomp and circumstance.
You gotta have room for a whole ass parade.
He's a king, TJ. What do you expect?
Right. I mean, and that's why I'm just saying, don't waste fucking Paimon's time. You got to really make sure you got some kind of grand purpose, some grand scheme in mind. Make sure it's up Paimon's alley. Do not waste his fuck time. Because you know what? You fucking summon Paimon, that whole fucking procession goes through, and then you just stand there, you're like, okay, what wisheth thou, mortal? And you're just like, my mom's being a bitch. He's going to be fucking pissed.
He's going to be real mad.
Dragged down to hell. You know what I mean? You're going to have some problems.
You definitely don't
do that.
You don't ever take a king lightly. Demon or no, you know what I mean? You
want to fucking sell, I'm not saying that, you have any less respect for those other demons, but there's demons that you summon for this kind of, petty stuff, and there's demons you don't, right?
So now maybe even I was just gonna say, now you've got a list of really simple demons to summon. You know what a ritual looks like, and you know the sigils. You're welcome. If you liked this, let me know, and I'll let you know about a few more demons that are cool to chill with.
Plenty more demons to summon, right? We gotta catch them all.
I'm going to summon a demon right now.
A toilet demon?
No, a different kind.
I'm gonna summon.
I'm just thinking,
toilet demon.
I've been reluctant to do these summonings, and now I feel a lot more comfortable. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one of these demons or not. I'm going to maybe look into some other demons too, but these guys all sound pretty good. The one that I don't think I would summon probably is I don't have any need to summon Paimon. I'm not going to waste Paimon's time. Andras sounds a little scary. I'm going to wait maybe a minute on that. I'm thinking I might summon up Caiman maybe. Caim or Cameo.
Yeah, Cameo's a cool cat.
He seems like a pretty chill, kind of beginner
too.
demon,
I recommend if you're just looking to chill, Furcas is a good guy.
Yeah, he seems cool. He's got the big beard and stuff. That's pretty cool. That's pretty dope. This seems like a good time. So if anybody out there wants to summon a demon, let us know how it went in the comments. Tell us which one you summoned. Tell us how the interaction went. It might be fun to hear some of your guys' stories.
Also, if you want advice on how to summon other demons, I guess Paul's got the knowledge.
I've got the hookup, man. So let me know down in the comments. We'll do another one of these. See you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye.
Deep bad pride. Deep bad pride.